Now, what was the your experience in the schools, like amongst your peers and everything, like were they attracted to the knowledge, or were they repelling, or did they question it? Like your experience.
Well, because of the environments that I grew up in, it was different experiences based on the environment, and a lot of that has to do with based with the guards, nurse, or whoever. Came to that area previously. That would kind of impact how the next generation looked at it. Okay. So when I got to in Medina, it was like pretty much everybody around the area spoke the language, even if they wasn't a member or a citizen of the 5% Nation. They either had a lot of love for us, was helped by us, or wanted to help, or it was just a very cohesive, loving type of environment with all the people, I would say. At least for the babies. Like, I'm not sure how the elders, right. I found out later some history, but that didn't have anything with how they treated the babies. They kind of wanted everybody to stay together. So that was that experience. When I went to the Bronx, to Pelon, at the age of 12, when I started studying, I didn't know of anyone else who knew who or what a 5% was. Not in my grade, in my immediate cipher. So I started building about supreme mathematics, started building about our cultural tenets, and the children didn't really understand what I was saying. So they responded, as typically, and that's another thing that I had to develop as well, is my way of explaining things, my way of building with my peers as well, to introducing them to the culture. So it was a learning experience for both of us. But when the Wu-Tang Clan came out and they started building the math and all that, that's when a lot of my peers started coming to me, because they're like, oh yeah, we heard what you were talking about. So that kind of drummed up the popularity and the magnetic. When I moved to Far Rockaway, to the desert, there was actually peers there who was taught by older brothers and sisters in that area, and they had students. So Rockaway was actually
it's a little bit more receptive to it.
Yes.
Okay. Now you brought up like the whole Wu-Tang thing. Like I'm just curious, is like how did you see that, being that you were raised in the nation, and then you hear these brothers speaking this language and the music, but it wasn't the way they spoke it. It wasn't as pure as I had gotten it. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of mixed with a lot of street slang and whatnot. Yeah. Like how did you draw that up? How did you see it? What was your experience with that?
It was actually a very exciting time, because it was like our peers who had who was of other cultures. They had a lot of the popular culture, that expressed their ways of doing things at the time. You had like a lot of rap that was geared towards a lot of the without any type of knowledge, without any type of jewels in it for the most part. So when the Wu came out, it was like they were speaking the same language that the youth understood, but they were still planting seeds of positivity, seeds of our culture, and giving kind of guidance through the music.
Right.
Yeah. So I would say, even though it was packaged a little bit, differently.
It was packaged a little rough, right?
Yeah. It was entertainment mixed with the knowledge. I would say, it definitely helped a lot. It helped me. It helped me teach a lot of people, and it helped us get along a lot better. So now my peers are able to kind of have a different viewpoint on like what our elders look like, because if they know just only the young people, they kind of want to know what the older people look like. Right. So that kind of gave them a lot of attracting power towards the nation as well.
That just thinking about that, God, because listening to the music a lot of times, God, being that I got my education here in Mecca, and it just seemed like some of the stuff I was kind of more like pushing back against, like, that ain't the culture. These guys, that ain't. What did he say? He said the mystery God is a work of Yaqub, or it's like, nah, that ain't right. I was maybe a little more of a stickler for the actual lessons. Yeah. But you're saying that, like, it being in the atmosphere, it helped.
It was very useful, very helpful too. And I'm not sure. Well, I'm pretty sure, because I've listened to a lot of risen a lot of the guards from Wu, some of their builds as I got older, and I think that was kind of part of their determined idea, was to kind of spread the knowledge around. Now, I wouldn't say that they were necessarily responsible to walk and talk people through 120,
Right,
but I know a lot of people personally I met who was attracted to the culture through their music, and then they was able to find brothers and sisters to help walk them through their journey.
That's peace. That's peace.
You must do your own research, as I did.
INFMEGA did this.